Okay, some of the scrap I got yesterday. Wash machine, stove, this stuff here. Got a lawnmower over there, and then I got this workbench, part of it. I got a relative who owns a second-hand store, and they always kind of give me junk that they can't sell. I buy stuff at auctions, just scrap. That's aluminum. Take the handle off. Step player, a blower, a fan. That's actually quite nice. Got aluminum housing on it. Maybe I'll scrap that after. Looks interesting. A sprayer. Mostly just scrap. Couple pieces of aluminum. Found me a VCR. Probably not working. VHS, a cable box, a few things. So on this one here, I'm gonna find my cutter, cut some of the loose wire off. There's a screw here. See, today is like extreme, super hot. Yesterday was cold and rainy. Feels like summer today. So weather's changing big time. Another. So I'll take the easy wire off. I'm not gonna bother on the whole thing here. Just whatever I can get that's easy. Knock it off. I can feel the heat. It's hot. Get the cord off. Kind of like low grade wire anyways. Yeah, I want to buzz around a little bit today, see if I can find a few things, and hoping to make a load Tuesday. Here's your brain, there's some kind of brain here. I can't get my hand in there. Circuit board. Let's see what's on it. Trying to find the white screwdriver that I need. Where I put it. What I'll do is just start cutting these wires off. It's actually it's got a plug here. Okay. Little green board. It's got a little IC chip here. IC chip there. These are relays. A little bit of copper bearing relays. Okay. So basically, you probably just scrap it the way it is. You see little copper bearing things here too. These are actually, maybe unscrew them. Okay, so they're using a hex kind of screw. May not have the right size. Well, I do actually. I think these are like switches or something, or they do have copper. Probably like switches or something. Oh, it's got a metal shaft. Okay. But there'll be copper in this thing. Maybe I can open one up later or something. See the belt? It looks like the belt fell off or something. Might have been the problem. Maybe. Hard to say with these things. Usually electronics go, and then they just scrap them after because main motherboard is way too expensive. Oh, it's heavy. I want to run a load there maybe tomorrow. Probably Tuesday, I'm thinking. So I'll store some big things here and then put my van, put my truck on the ground, load it all up, and go to my storage. Okay, just gonna move some stuff around. So I have to store some stuff here too, because otherwise the other yard gets too full. Until I get it cleaned up a little bit more, I'll be storing back and forth a little bit. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, here's obviously that's some sort of a motor control. Let me see if I can take it out of the housing. Okay, and then it should pop out of the bottom here, hopefully. Could just be this thing here or something obstructing it. There it is. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to crack this thing open. A little bit of a hard one, but maybe I can use my axe. Okay, there it is. See, there's a lot of copper in this little tiny little thing. They're in all kinds of washing machines. I don't know why there's so much copper in this thing. I don't understand why, but it's in there. Even more in there that haven't gone out yet. A tiny little thing like that. See this? There's still more in there. Near the back section. If I can maybe cut the back section or something and show you. Just amazing how much tiny little thing like this. Split like that, maybe. There it is. Okay. You'll find these in like all wash machines and just like little motor controls, like little controls that shut valves off and different things. There's another one here. That one has 3 on there. So let's look at, get into a ball. We'll cut this one, maybe a little deeper. Cut in the middle so it'll make go better. Like, that's ridiculous amount of copper. Look at that. You know, you wouldn't even suspect it. There's no tip off. It's copper because it doesn't show nothing on the outside. It's sealed in a hard plastic case. There's also another one. Where's the one? There's 3 of them. Okay, here's the next one. You just have to take it off the frame. Okay. Out. I suggest maybe break it more in the middle. Splits it more. So you'd never think that there's that much copper in that little thing like that. When you start scrapping these appliances, when you know, you're thinking, well, I got all the copper. No, you didn't get it all. There's still a little bit there. So that's the copper that came out of that little tiny little mortar things. See that? I bet you that's 2 ounces of copper. Came out of the... And you know, for years I've never saved those. For years and years. Never saved them. Throw in that bag for now. So I would advise you, like, when you're stripping things, you know, take it apart, see what these parts do. Here's that lamp I got yesterday. First of all, I'll start cutting the cord off. Get my adjustable wrench. I'm stripping this because it's aluminum, partly aluminum. So if it wasn't, if it was all steel, I wouldn't care too much, you know what I'm saying? This thing here, see, added value, and it's pretty heavy. I'd say it's easy a pound or more. See? So you can save that. Rest is basically, you know, and when you sense you hear, try to get this piece out here. There it is. The rest of the cord. Shouldn't have twisted it, but anyways, no biggie. And then if you wanted to, sometimes these things, you know what? It looks like it's brass. This is brass, actually. See, you have to need your trusty magnet. Oh, this is one more turn. Let me put my tool out here. That's steel. Okay. Just see if that's brassy. that brass too? Yeah, brass. More aluminum. Brass. Steel. Funny how they have the mixtures. So the actual fact is you're getting aluminum, brass, you know, better metals versus garbage, right? That's steel. So I'm just debating on how to take this off because it doesn't want to. See, I should have actually bent it, but okay. There's my magnet again. Magnet's here. I mean, it's definitely brass and it's very heavy. So if I can get this screw off here, pliers. If you never checked, you probably would have scrapped it the way it is, right? So, you know, things like that, you need to get a magnet in there. Check to see what it is. I understand why this must have a cap that comes off. It's not coming off. Ugh. Doesn't want to come out. Ugh. It's probably a little trick to come off, but anyways, it's definitely brass. Okay. Try the bolt cutter. Let's get the grinder. But there might be something that pops out that I'm not seeing. What has to pop out or something, but. What goes on. Yeah, it's brass, solid brass. I cut it so I can pull this wire out, so we know it's clean. So that's the brass in there. See that little bit of brass, which is actually quite nice. Brass there. Aluminum. So brass and aluminum. And then we still have here. Get this wire off here. So like I say, that lamp was definitely worth stripping. You can strip this completely. You get a little more aluminum if you want. Potential's there. Connection there. And, you know, there's more connections here. I mean, it depends what you want to do. It's got nothing to do. Well, I know some of you guys might be unemployed or semi-retired. You know, just gives you some added things to do, a little extra ways of making money. Okay, I'll take something else apart. Let me just clean up this mess here. Okay. So here's those mortars I love. Just love these mortars. When you see these like that and they're copper, they're awesome. What the hell crap came in? Weird crap came out of there actually. Okay, well, anyway, this out of there. Whatever that is. Okay, so you want to knock this magnet there. You want to knock this off the mortar. These windings. Oops. Okay, steel. Okay, so right off the bat, just gonna cut this off here. Piece of brass. Take that off. Both sides, brass. Cut that. What I want to do, you have to cut it really tight. See how tight I'm cutting it? So it forms a perfect line. See that? Perfect line. Okay, the more perfect line you do, the better it comes off. You may have to cut it again a little bit, just otherwise it hooks up there and you're just fighting the thing all day long. It's been a bit of a pain, but anyways. It just blows me away how much copper is in these stupid little things. It's amazing how much copper you're getting out of this thing. I never used to even strip these more. Dishwashers, I never ever took the mortars. Sometimes took the main mortar off, but never took these fine things off. Just then, a lot of times they're covered, you don't only see the mortar. It's a plastic housing all around the mortar. That's one side. Look at that. Look at how much copper there is. It's amazing how much of this little thing. Okay. Who would think there's that much copper? You never can tell. And this is a thick, it's not thin windings, it's thick. There it is. So you get them in dishwashers and you get them all sorts of pumps, little like pumps, you know. See that? At least 3 ounces there for sure. Look at that. Very easy to come off, right? Okay. Start with this little aluminum pot, plastic handles. You look on the side. Usually there's screws on the side of the handle. Sometimes, you know, you have to use another screwdriver just to crack it. One's going to be a bit of a pain. A big screwdriver. Okay. Sometimes you have to just give it a little kick, you know. Okay, that's clean aluminum. These things are aluminum too. Sometimes they're stainless steel, so they're mixed in there. Sometimes they're steel. So you have to check those out. So you have to kind of be aware of certain things, right? Okay, let's look into this thing here. It's all cast aluminum housing. It's a quality fan. Wow, nice and clean. Look at that. Clean cast aluminum. Very nice. And you'll have to take off. This is being a bit of the hex nut here. I got it off. Okay, it came out. It was a hex. Okay, and then you'll have little rubber grommets here. They'll pop them off. Just push them in, push them out, whatever. So clean. Look at that. What a value of that. At least a couple pounds. Clean aluminum. So now you have a mortar here. Looks like it unscrews somehow. Oh, I could jam the mortar. Could jam the mortar. Okay. Sometimes these things are a pain just because, you know, the mortar. Put my glasses on. I mean, it should come off, but what happens is it's kind of in there. That's a problem. See if I could just. Yeah, see, I have to pull it out to get it out. It's almost out. Just some things are easy, some things are just don't want to come off. Yes. Okay, well, that one's out. It was threaded on there, but just didn't want to come off. So, you know, it's greased up and obviously used for some sort of cooking. Okay. So I need my hex screwdriver. Need the large one. This is being a cast mortar, so there's going to be some more added value besides whatever copper is inside, hopefully. This one you have to knock out this center with a little punch. Okay, this one popped out, but okay, center's gone. It's got a little sleeve here. I'll take this off here. Okay, cast aluminum, plastic. Okay, just say we have a punch here. I don't have a punch handy, but say I do have a punch. Say that's my punch. There it is. See, this one might come out. got like a little sealed, clamped on metal ring. I can hold it with this thing. I might be able to get it out. There it is. Okay, so that's clean too now. That's clean. And then we have a mortar here. Okay, so basically what you do is you cut the one side off, definitely copper, and then this works sometimes doesn't work. If it works this time. See that, guys? Thanks to Ian Matthews for this trick. Like I say, look at that, 1 or 2 hits, clean copper, beautiful. My safety glasses. See what I mean? Look at that. Only you see me in real time to take it apart. Very simple, right? So what I would do is I would clean a little bit of this string up a little bit, just so it's cleaner looking, right? Take off these little spacers and stuff. The plastic. So this mortar is very valuable. So why would you want to give that mortar for 10 cents a pound? Look, you got aluminum housing. Well, they might give you 15 cents. So why would you want to do that? You got a pound, close to a pound here, maybe 3/4 pound of copper. Then you have 2 or 3 pounds, say 2 pounds for sure, aluminum. So you got $1 here, and then so $2.50. You know, so almost $3 value here, right? You might as well save it, right? Okay, that's that one. Okay, let's keep moving. A sink faucet here, found it yesterday. What I would do is, you know, get your magnet out, you know, determine where the steel is, huh? You know, steel, you know where it is. This came with it here. Not knowing what it could be pot metal, could be die cast. Like I said, get your your file first. See it's shiny? Tells me it's stainless steel. You know, I think it's stainless steel, not pot metal. Pot metal has more seam marks. It looks really crude on the inside. I'm thinking maybe we can get away with stainless steel. I'm thinking it's not brass, that I can tell. You know, it's kind of got it could have a little bit of brass in it, maybe. I'm not sure how to. You know, it's got a little bit of redness into it. It's not a yellow brass. It could also be a slight mix of brass in here. So this is kind of an up in the air one. Can't 100% identify that one, to be honest on that one. Okay, what I would do is I would cut this line here like that, and I would pull this out. These hoses, like I say, this is probably plastic here anyways. Plastic, so basically garbage. And this hose like this hose is just it might not even be a metal. Sometimes it's stainless steel. This looks more like a mesh, like almost like a Kevlar mix of something. This one here for sure will be will be stainless steel. Stainless steel and brass ends. Okay. So we got steel mixed in here. So we'll separate the steel. This could be actually brass. So look. Okay, where's my file again? Like I said, losing things here. Where did I put my file? Huh. File, don't see it. Oh, I put it back in there. Okay. Yeah, it's brass, yellow brass. You can see it. So we got brass there. Okay, what I like to do with this, okay, handle fell off. I actually pre-loosened it a bit, just because I don't want to fumble with it here and waste time on video. But there's an Allen key in here, and what you want to actually do is, this handle's a pot metal, so you want to be able to take this handle, take this nut completely out. You have to take it out to make it clean. So you got pot metal here, that's pot metal. Okay, now you want to do is unscrew this here. This should be brass, but you want to do is knock off this nylon seal, and then same routine, scratch it, we know it's brass. That's our brass pot metal. Then you want to unscrew this one here. This is plastic, it feels like nothing plastic. So now we have to determine how we're going to separate these metals, because sometimes these things are cramped in there, crimped like. We know this is steel, which could be a problem in separating this. I'm not seeing anything obvious to separate it. And you know, to be honest, it looks like it's welded here, pressed or welded in. So this is one of those metals that kind of is a bit of a screw up. This should actually pop right out. Come on. It's not coming out. Usually it just pop right out. It's like a canister in here. So once you take that off, it should pop right out. Okay, well, it's not coming off here, so like I say, this is going to be a little bit of a problem, this particular model here, because it has a steel mixed in there. So I would just cut these off here, and I would cut the brass from here. So look at brass there, or we could just put the brass here for now. That's your clean brass, a little bit of copper. So we'll cut them close as possible to the edge of the fitting. So this one, like I say, sometimes the outer one could unscrew, but you might need a special key to unscrew it. It looks like it almost would screw in here. Let me find something. I'm thinking, you know, it was probably something that could unscrew here. Oh, there it is, yeah. Okay, a little bit different to a bottle. Normally they pop out. Well, this is a canister, so. There, so we have that brass. Just a junk canister. So that's a shame here. I don't think I can separate it. Only thing you can do is you can grind it with a grinder, grind it around, which I might do. That's all I can do is grind it. Get a better angle here. Okay. The alternative I have is to do that. It should pop right out. Get these off for now. These should probably just untwist. Screwdriver maybe. So it should actually come down. It's not doing it, so we can just cut these a little tighter. Just get yourself a screwdriver. Break it real close so we don't have to worry about it. Like that one's broken right near the edge of the fitting, I mean. Okay. They tell you they want to have it more brass than copper, you know what I'm saying? They don't want any copper really in there. You can avoid it. Okay, so anyways, so now we have a clean product here. Anyways, so we have brass here, clean brass, and then we have this is dirty here. And what they did is with a screw on, but they welded it. See that? There's welding points here. So I mean, you could just throw this in a just garbage pile. Okay, well this one's clean. Pot metal handle, a couple pieces of copper, brass. It's all brass here, clean. Okay. So it went okay, like I say, but you need a grinder. Some things you won't be able to do without a grinder. So make sure you have one of your list on your list is a grinder. Okay, up here, I just already cut the cord off. That's a fair amount of plastic here. Look at that, it's just the weight. So you know most of it's just nothing there, but a little wire. Over here, I noticed there's inserts aluminum. Okay, so aluminum, weight. You probably would have maybe got off just doing the shred completely the way it was. Probably would have been better, I would think. There's a VCR. Put the cord off. Most of VCRs are all plastic, really. Unless you get like a Sony or a real high-end one from the 70s. Well, maybe more like 80s, I think. Like the Sony Betamaxes and the old VHS Hi-Fis were the really good ones. Key inside it. So to be honest, there's going to be not a lot of stuff that I want to take out of here. We'll take that motor, or not motor, transformer, and get it out. Transformer. It's a coily transformer. Coil transformer. What I like in these things, I like these motors are cool. They're aluminum, mixed aluminum. So these faces usually just come right off. Fairly simple to take apart. So there should be a couple screws up here somewhere, which I'm not seeing. That's weird. Usually this top part has a screw, but this one doesn't have it, so should be out. There's your motors right here. Okay, I need to get a better screwdriver. Okay, so I need to get right here. Right there. It's a nice looking motor. It's the actual head. I just like the motor, that's why I take them off. There's more motors here. There's mixed motors on circuit boards. There's belts here. This one come out. Okay, a little bit of copper action there, and this copper is kind of easy to strip, so I don't mind stripping these ones. I don't mind stripping these ones here. Just strip them like that. See how they come off. These are the easiest ones to strip. See that? Some more copper action right there. Circuit board, so IC chip. My neighbors. Hey, how you doing? I think he thought I was talking to myself. Thinks I'm my nutcase, I guess. Okay, well, not really much more that I want on here. See that? They're just so simple. And this being such a basic one, I've got a crystal oscillator here. There's actually two of them. Two in there. One, two. Put them in there for now. Okay, so there's another motor here, but I'm not going to bother. I would just scrap it the way it is. Okay, got a cable box here. It's a Motorola. It's good for gold bearing IC chips usually. Fingers, I had the right one. Ideally, you have to take every screw off in the back that you can see. This one has special ones that I can't get off, which is a bummer, but gives added work I gotta do. Okay, so I have these cable things here. There's my wrench. Gonna knock these off. This goes there. So these have to come off here. To go right to the board. You can't get the board out unless you take these off, so no choice. Okay, so since I don't have a proper security bit for this thing, I gotta rip this apart. I have this proper bit, and I have dozens and dozens of different bits, but nothing fits it. You have to. Everybody tells me, oh yeah, you go buy it here. You try to buy it. Can't get this bit. Okay. Okay. It's the only downer about this board here. So basically all I want is just board here. That's all I want is the board out here. It's two boards. Let's see. Come on. Why is it doing that? For some reason, there it is. Sometimes they get over tightened, or sometimes they have glue on there, and the drill just wants to strip it basically. So what else is holding this in here? Over here. Something else holding it here. It could be just clamps. I don't see nothing. Let me just knock this one out. Oh, I see. There's there it is. They got a little trace on the board where you have to straighten them out. Every manufacturer is a little different. Some have it, some don't. This one's still holding. And we have these ones here. These ones I'll just snap off. Okay. Sometimes they snap, sometimes they don't. The data port. Okay. So that's kind of the board I want here. Just because it's got the gold corner chip and some flat pack things. And then the rest I'll throw in the shred later. Okay, and this one here is a nice gold plating. Right here, it's got really nice gold plating, so that one's a good one to keep. So anyways, that's it. You know, there's a few little coils here and little bit of aluminum transformer, aluminum heat sinks, a little bit of wire. But I just, like I say, I want this board itself. So my main goal is the board. I'll depopulate that. Depopulate that. This one here, Broadcom. It's a Broadcom chip. Gold corner chip. It's a flat pack. These are like little memory things. A little bit of plating here. A little bit here and there. A couple crystal oscillators. Not a lot, but like I say, you know, most of it's steel anyway, so it's heavy. I'm going to take a few IC chips to gold recovery. Okay, it's done on that one. One more thing to take apart, then I'll take the wire out of the stove. And I'll try to cruise around, see if I can find some stuff. I'm trying to take this apart, just, you know. Some guys have patience, will take it all apart, piece by piece, but you know, I just like smash these things apart. This works so much faster. I'm trying to figure out how things go. But you know, there's ways of taking these apart. Just have to have the patience. I just love these. These cutters are awesome. This works really good. Just cuts everything nicely. And for those copper ceiling fan motors, can't do without it. Just like I say. Like there's a trick to do these, but I don't know, to say some are really easy to come off, but that's why I normally just crunch them. Something to do with this clip here. That's epoxied and came out. So anyways, oops. This little imagine having to assemble these years ago in the factory. I like crunching it because then all the glue comes loose. Right now everything's kind of glued in there last 35 years or something. Nice copper there. I found this in an alley actually. There was a TV sitting there in the alley, so I ended up taking a few things out of it. It was smashed apart, so normally I don't like taking them apart because some people get offended. They'll say, well, take the rest, why are you leaving that? You're stuck with a, you know, like a 50-pound picture tube, and you have to pay for disposal after. So I don't grab too many TVs if you watch my videos. Very little. I'll grab a few monitors once in a while, but see, there's lots of little coils here. See that? Coils. So see if I can lock this off here. There. It blows me away. There's the amount of wire on just such a small little thing. Look at that wire. Right? You have these other things here too, but these are a little more finicky. Have to knock off this this plastic completely, and then the one side will pop off. Normally I don't strip this way or scrap that way, but it's just, you know, for new subscribers that can learn. Like, I get so much scrap that I can never do this all the time, because I could never keep up. Even wintertime, I'm busy all year round for scrap. But guys out there, you know, I know some places a little tougher to find scrap, or you only do it once in a while. Then, you know, you have time. You know, you have time to do all that, right? This one likes usually smashes stuff apart. Because it's fused with glue and stuff, so it makes it harder to come off. But this one's tough. It's a big blob of glue there. That's why I smash these things. He smashes this, goes the glue, comes right off. Glasses on. Yeah, some guys say put in a pull case. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Your call, right? To me, I just like smashing it in and I'll sweep it up. This is iron, by the way. It's magnetic. Ferrite. It's like ferrite material. You'll see them around cores, you know, like around spiral cores on circuit boards and so on. Ferrite material. But it's magnetic. Amazing, you know, all that copper comes out of there, you know, just the little windings, right? There's another one here. Some of these ones are a little tougher because just the way you unravel them. Anyways, it's weird how some come out easy, some are pain, but that's the way it is. This one doesn't want to Can't put a screwdriver in the center, but it's okay. Okay, well, one last thing here. It's a little bit hard because it's solid steel. Oh, it's hard to cut. It's really have to kind of unravel, but anyways, that's the way it goes. Okay, that's that. Let me put that copper away and then I'll get the stove out next. Okay, so the back off the stove, pretty straightforward. I'll take this transformer off. Transformer. Some of these don't snap off, you gotta cut them. Usually the lights and those switches are just hardwired. Yeah, pull them out like that. Even though the plug is not totally cut, you can still pull the wires out. So don't just leave it alone and just pull it out. There it is. These ones will have to trim a little bit. Like, it's not a lot of wire, but like, you know, if you're getting lots of stoves and lots of appliances, it does add up over time, right? Like when I say my wire, last time it took over 60 pounds in. You know, so that's the extension cords is everything. I mean, every time you find an appliance or something, it's got a cord on it, right? And like I say, I like to sell them when the prices are high. I don't like to sit on it. Right now the prices are dropped quite a bit. All metals are dropping, doesn't matter what it is. You know, they may still drop. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's more than tariffs, it's other issues involved there. Economy slowing down. Sometimes I can take these apart, but I'll pass on that for now. Normally you don't have to cut these off, but since these are like big plastic plugs, you gotta cut them off. Even though my scrap guy didn't care too much, but you know, they always give me like 5 cents more because they know I'm you know, I do lots of wire and stuff. So I'll just try to take the ugly stuff off. Okay, so also I take all these switches. But you take them from behind, don't go in front. Don't even worry about in the front. Take them from behind. There's a couple little switches, the little clips there. See the clip there? There it is, see? Don't bother. There it is. It's not really much on here. I mean, there's relays. And you can take the relays off. They're copper. All these things are copper bearing relays, but you know, depends on the time you have, right? I usually take, to be honest, I usually take the board off and let this board sit. But I got so many boards sitting, and as well just so basically the rest is basically going to go to shred. There's one little mortar here. I can pop it off. That's for the turnstile. Okay, this one I have to take the whole thing off because I'm not sure how it bolts. It's a pop riveted on mortar. These are pretty good for copper too. So let me see if I can take off that. These rivets. If you got a workbench, it's probably a lot easier than what I'm doing, but okay, it's off there. So inside here is lots of copper. Let's see if I can open her up for you. It's a little tricky to get apart. You'll see a lot of gears and different things in there. See all the gears? They all pop off. Oh, it's so easy. It's easier than the last one had. Wow, can't believe it. Super easy, that one. Couple brass fittings there. Okay. Get ready for the copper score. Look at that. I just find using a knife is a little bit easier. Won't stab my finger. Yeah, it's coming off. Feast your eyes on that. Look at that. Tiny little mortar. Unbelievable amount of copper. You would never know that's there. Look at that. Well, how many times you guys pass this stuff up? It's like hair. Pulling hair out. So if you clean these little corners really good, then you don't have any drag. This was so easy. The last one I did was pressed in there, and it was just a little bit of a nightmare, but this was actually a pleasure. It's amazing. Look at that. It's like hair. There it is. When you put in the ball, look at that. I say 1 ounce of copper there. Didn't take long to take out, right? You have a dozen mortars like that, you know. But you know, you're not making money, right? You're not making money. You just, you know, it's a hobby, right? You know, you're getting extra money, but you won't get rich. But you know, it's just metals that you could actually, you know, recycle versus just not knowing it's there. Right, you know, it's brass here again, right? And also it's in here. There's lots of little brass pieces and stuff, and I find the switch is a little bit difficult. These ones, it's not as good as some of the other ones. There's more steel mixed in here, but there is silver contacts. little more of a chore, to be honest, but you know, there's still brass and copper mixed in here. Okay, that's it on these. That's all I'm taking apart for now. Throw this up here. There's wires in here. I mean, you know, I don't really seem to care too much, but some guys may wanna. I just find it so greasy here, and some of these screws are hard to get out. So like stripped. Like these will be the long ones. It's actually been joined already. The other side is the short side, so see, I don't know why it doesn't want to go. Some metal here. Forward chair. Rusty bike, plastic. Okay. Dishwasher here. It's got a metal front. Motor does it have? Yeah, it's got a good mortar. If it's copper, it's a big question. Okay, saw a lawnmower up the road there, so I'm gonna check that out. Okay, looks like they just cut the grass, but it's out of gas. Might be a good one, hard to say. Just never know. A little bit. Hopefully I can get it in. More ants. That's quite heavy. Quite heavy. Get on this side. I'll shuffle this lawnmower over a touch. Figures is kind of heavy. Okay, it's in. Just barely. It's in. Okay, it's all free. It's a Black & Decker with a aluminum deck. Oh. Just had a garage sale, and I guess nothing sold. Or this is leftovers. What's that? So puppy pads, good for working on greasy stuff. For something. all the stuff, like I say, VHS tapes. It's metal. This lamp. It's a tin. Oh. Might be brass. Top half might be brass. VCR or something. VCR. Pot metal. There's a filing cabinet here. I'll have to come back for it. Oh, look at this. Walking Dead. That's cool. What's this picture here? It says The Hobbit. Different. What's this smell like here? I'll pass. What's this here? Tool hooks. Use that. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back. There's a TV set here. Come back after. Grinch, Snow White. Which one is that one? Just dime a dozen. Everybody has Snow White. Born to be Wild. Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back. I would grab the exercise bike or exercise thing, whatever. Maybe grab this on the way back. We'll see. Okay. A dishwasher I just found earlier. Just had my dinner, so now I'm back. I stripped the heater, floor heater. It's dirty aluminum. Some good stuff in this one here for sure. Take the little wire harness off. Okay. There it is. Wire harness. Here's a mortar. Like the mortar you've seen before. Might be able just to pound it off. I think you can pound it off the way it's built. It's got clips here holding it. Should just pound right off. Now, question is, it going to be copper? Okay, I see copper. See here. Okay, it's going to be copper. There it is. Yeah. This has some kind of cloth mesh on it. There it is, see? Told you. Beautiful copper. Like earlier, you seen my video earlier. Look at that. Nice copper day there. I guess you remember what I said, you gotta knock it down, right? Here's your copper. You know how to do it. Pull the sides off like I showed you before. Now we have a couple little slow, some kind of relay box here. Not sure what that is, but it's also another thing here we should strip too. I get the right adjustment here for it. Okay. This we have a piece of brass. Just cut it short. You just gotta loosen this up here, and you have another copper bearing thing here, and brass. I unscrewed most of the bolts just to speed up time. Nice cast aluminum here. I'll take that little thing off here. The wrong bit. Anyway, it's not coming off. There it is. Hope it's copper. May not be copper. I'm seeing silver inside. Which is a burn. Not copper. Oh well. I'll just take the casing off anyways. Take off this here. Before you proceed, just take off. That should be like a piece of stainless steel right here. Yeah, stainless. You have to check these things. Usually they are, but this is what not. So then you have to that's a bummer. Thought I had a nice mortar there. Not sure how that comes off. But usually you would think it comes straight off like that. Something like that. So we got some cast aluminum out of that deal. The cast, piece of metal. Yeah, that's too bad. Thought I had a good one there. You say it's not really worth it if you know it's not copper. But anyways. So I'm going back to get that filing cabinet and that exercise thing, what it's called. So I'll leave the video at this. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like. All comments welcome. This wasn't brass, it was actually pot metal. It came with a lamp. I stripped it already. Okay, all the best, guys. All right, thanks for watching.